look at the description of your Rasul. And for some, this would be the first time you hear what your Prophet looked like. And I guarantee no Harvard graduate, no Oxford graduate, no Medina graduate could ever outdo the eloquence of this Bedouin in the desert. So she decides to describe him, the khayr khalqillah, Muhammad Mustafa. She says, رأيت رجلا ظاهر الوضاء. I saw a man of striking appearance. ظاهر الوضاء أبلج الوجه, radiant face. This is after the difficult journey in the desert. His face was radiant. Aisha radiyallahu anha says, I was sewing with the needle. My needle dropped in the dark. I couldn't find it. I said, Ya Rasul, I can't find it. He moved his face close, and I swear, out of the radiance of his face, I found my needle. أبلج الوجه, حسن الخلق, beautifully created. لم تعبه الثجلة, his belly wasn't protruding. It wasn't defecting him. He didn't have a gut. ولم تزر به السعلة, nor was his head disproportionate and small. وسيم قسيم, proportionate and delicate, finely made, a specimen of a creation. في عينيه دعج, in his eyes there was a contrast. The dark was immensely dark. The white was excessively white. Can you imagine how observant this lady is? And this is just in a few moments and in a glance at the Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. في عينيه دعج وفي أشفاره وطف, and his eyelashes were long. The inside was dark, the outside of it immensely white. Eyelashes long. وفي صوته صهل, and in his voice was a natural echo. وفي عنقه سطع, and his neck was elegant, like not over long but elegantly long. وفي لحيته كثاثة, his beard was full and thick. أزج أقرن, his eyebrows were arched but they were not joined. It was separated. In summit فعليه الوقار, when he was silent, dignity covered him. وإن تكلم سماه وعلاه البهاء, and when he spoke it was audible and clear, almost commanding and overtaking. أجمل الناس وأبهاهم من بعيد, from afar the most striking and outstanding in appearance. وأحسنهم وأجملهم من قريب, and when he came near, the best of them and the most handsome of them in closeness. But حلو المنطق, such an exalted and sweet level of logic. Like when he used to speak, it was so coherently logical. It was smooth and easy to understand. فصل لا نزر ولا هذر, he was to the point, not excessive, nor too short. He wouldn't flirt and just talk, I've got nothing to say, but let's just, let's just talk and talk. He was accurate, to the point, not excessive. كأن منطقه خرزات نظم يتحدرن, his logic, his utterances, his words were like beads, like jewels coming out of a necklace, calculated, worked on, prepared, polished, one after the other. It would flow magically. ربعة, he was medium in height. Your eye didn't have to strain to look up at him, nor was it tedious to look down at him. He was a comfortable sight to look at. غصن بين غصنين, a branch amidst two branches, as in Abu Bakr and Amr ibn Fuhayra. And you must be in the desert to understand this little metaphor. غصن بين غصنين, I went to the desert, to Arabia, and I traveled for 140 kilometers out of Medina. And God, like barren land, just the same color rocks, and it just goes and goes and goes, colorless, just dry. And I am telling my driver, hold on, I need to take pictures. So the driver, he was fascinated. What does this guy want to do with these pictures? And I wanted to bring it for my students so that when I'm discussing seerah, I can explain this is the terrain. And then the driver pulled, slowed down, and he goes, there's a tree, take a picture. And I said, no, I want to take the picture of the rocks. He goes, you're a strange people. I said, why? He goes, we take pictures of trees. You guys take pictures of the mountains. I said, where we come from, there's a lot of trees, there's no mountains. Do you see? It is such a refreshing sight in Arabia, like out in the desert, when you see a tree. Wallah, it makes you happy just at sight. So she says, غُصْنٌ بَيْنَ غُصْنَيْن, a branch amidst two branches. Refreshing is just his glance. فَهُوَ أَنْظَرُ الثَّلَاثَةِ مَنْظَرًا, he is the best of the three to behold. وَأَحْسَنُهُمْ قَدْرًا, and their best in proportion. لَهُ رُفَقَاء يَحُفُّونَ بِهِ, he had friends, the people that were with him, they were working around him to try to serve and protect him. In قَالَ سَمِعُوا لِقَوْلِهِ, when he used to say something, they used to hearken to what he used to say. وَإِنْ أَمَرَ تَبَادَرُوا إِلَىٰ أَمْرِهِ, when he commanded, they used to compete to fulfill the command. And this is the husband says, Wallahi, this is the one the Quraysh are seeking. This is Muhammad Rasulullah. This is Muhammad Rasulullah. And if Allah give me a chance to see him, I will go and pledge allegiance to him.